That US Open final between Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner, wow. That wasn't just another tennis match, was it? No, this was a masterclass in strategy, a total clash of styles, and basically a chess match being played at 130 miles per hour. So let's get into it and break down exactly how Alcaraz managed to completely dismantle his rival.
You know, right from the get-go, the commentators just nailed the irony of this whole matchup. You've got Sinner, the Italian, playing this super consistent, heavy-hitting baseline game that we usually associate with Spanish clay courters. And then you have Alcaraz, the actual Spaniard, who's out there playing like a total daredevil, all instinct and wild creativity. That fundamental difference is what set the stage for this incredible tactical battle.
And this presented Alcaraz with a massive problem, what I'm calling the center puzzle. I mean, how on earth do you beat a guy who hits the ball that hard, that consistently, and just never seems to miss? To really get Sinner's game, you gotta understand this concept. The linear firefight. Just picture it. Two guys at the baseline absolutely crushing the ball back and forth. There's no real change in spin, no high looping balls, just pure, flat pace. And in that kind of fight, Sinner is basically a robot. He's automated to win those exchanges. See, Sinner lives for that steady, predictable rhythm. If you give him that same flat ball at waist height over and over again, he will grind you into the dust. It's that simple. So for Alcaraz, the only way to win was to completely shatter that rhythm, to blow up Sinner's comfort zone entirely.
So how did he do it? Well, this wasn't just him going out there and hitting wildly. No way. Alcaraz came in with a brilliant blueprint for what you could call controlled chaos. It was a deliberate, multi-layered plan designed specifically to dismantle the Sinner machine piece by piece.
His whole game plan really boiled down to three key pillars. First, and this was huge, the rhythm-killing slice. Second, an all-out, all-court assault. He refused to just sit on the baseline. And third, just constant, unpredictable variety that would keep Sinner guessing on every single shot.
Man, that backhand slice was the absolute star of the show. It was just filthy. Alcaraz wasn't just using it to defend, he was using it as a weapon. He would knife these low, skidding slices that forced Sinner to lunge forward into no man's land. See, Sinner wants the ball right in his strike zone, around his waist. This slice forced him to dig the ball out from his shoelaces, robbing him of all his power and, more importantly, his rhythm.
And the variety was just relentless. He was throwing the whole kitchen sink at him. Sudden drop shots out of nowhere. Aggressive charges to the net. These big, looping, heavy spin forehands to completely change the pace. He'd even fake a drop shot just to drive the ball deep behind him. It was pure, beautiful, unpredictable creativity.
Honestly, there is no better way to describe this match than this right here. Alcaraz was out there playing jazz. He was improvising, he was ad-libbing, hitting whatever shot felt right in the moment. Sinner, meanwhile, just wanted that steady beat. He wanted that metronomic rhythm that he could lock into. And Alcaraz simply refused to play his tune.
So what was the impact of this whole strategy? Well, it was immediate and it was absolutely devastating. I mean, just look at the first set. Alcaraz executed his game plan to near perfection.
He fired off an incredible 11 winners.
And get this, he only made 2 unforced errors. 2! That mix of being super aggressive but also incredibly clean, it's almost unheard of. It left Sinner completely shell-shocked.
Okay, but here's the thing. A brilliant game plan is totally useless if you don't have the mental strength to pull it off under pressure. And this is where we saw the biggest growth in Alcaraz, that transformation from a talented but sometimes erratic wild horse into a genuine mental fortress.
And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. His coach, the legendary Juan Carlos Ferrero, points it out perfectly. Alcaraz has matured. He now understands that those really tough, high-pressure situations aren't something to be afraid of. No, those are the exact moments where you have to bring your absolute best stuff. And boy, did he deliver. This chart is so revealing. It shows this fascinating zigzag pattern. After that perfect first set with 2 errors, he had a dip in the second, right? 10 errors. But here's the crucial part. Instead of spiraling, he immediately hit the reset button and dropped right back down to just 2 errors in the third set. That ability to bounce back instantly, that's the sign of a true champion.
And this really gets to the core psychological difference between these two guys. Sinner is out there trying to create the perfect match, where he plays at a high sustained level from start to finish. But Alcaraz? He's a showman. He's looking to create the perfect moment, that one flash of genius, that incredible hot shot that electrifies the crowd and completely swings the momentum. He just lives for the big point.
You know, we also have to talk about the environment, because it played a role.
The conditions in New York were unseasonably cold and heavy, which actually slowed the court down a bit. Now that might seem small, but it gave Alcaraz just an extra split second to set up his variety, and it made it a little harder for Sinner's flat, powerful shots to really punch through the court. It was a subtle factor, but it definitely played right into Alcaraz's hands.
So when you put it all together, the tactical genius with this newfound mental fortitude, you get the decisive factor. Alcaraz delivered a performance that was just as smart as it was sensational and as calculated as it was bold.
So let's just sum it all up. The keys to victory for Alcaraz were these. First, his non-stop variety completely neutralized Sinner's biggest weapon, his power. Second, that wicked slice backhand absolutely shattered Sinner's rhythm. Third, he showed incredible mental toughness to bounce back after that dip in the second set. And finally, he had the guts to go for those bold, creative plays when it mattered most.
And that leaves us with one last big question. What do you think was the single biggest factor in this win? Was it Alcaraz's amazing attacking backhand and all-around creative genius? Or was it more about how he completely took away Sinner's options and just broke down his rhythm? Let us know what you think down in the comments. Thanks for tuning in.